punk rock is energy.
One thing that's happened, quite apart from the sociological aspects of it, just from a musical standpoint, is that ever since the mellow, rocking, soft 70s settled around us like gummy cotton, there have been continual sort of pockets and attempts to keep energetic, simple, violent rock music going. It's an art movement, consciously an art movement.
It's rock and roll, stripped down.
It's just real and raw, and there's no crap involved.
As opposed to the standard schlock we hear on the top 40, radio stations, things like that.
The punk movement represents a kind of violent redressing of the energy balance in a pop music scene that has blanded out a little too far.
I think people were forgetting about what it was all about. And people were, and musicians, composers, groups, whatever, they were taking it into like a different direction. They weren't understanding the meaning of rock and roll.
Danny Fields, the Ramones manager, describes hearing their music for the first time.
It was so ferocious, and it was so hard, and it was so solid and powerful and constructed. It was, you know, you could see it was like architectural music. It was like some Egyptian something or other monolith. It was just no loose edges anywhere, no slipperiness, no wandering off. It was just like a great machine that went on time. And that's what I like. I mean, I like that. I like something so powerful that you can't imagine it unless you're hearing it. In other words, you try to remember what they sound like when they're not there, and every time you hear them, it sounds all over again like a revelation to me.
There's no stopping the Cretans from hopping. The Ramones, Cretin hop. Originally from Cleveland and Youngstown, Ohio, the Dead Boys played their first gig at CBGB's in New York in 1976. Their violent theatrics helped to develop a rapid following for them. Their first album was released on Sire Records in the fall of 1977. Critics had called them hilarious, disgusting, brilliant, and profane.
Well, me and Cheetah, the guitarist, were in bands for about 5 years together. And then we met Jimmy and the rest of them, and about a year and a half ago we just got together, came to New York, and got a recording contract.
Well, let me see. Well, we were together for a long time. Me and Johnny were together in a band, and then we met up with Stevie and Jimmy in a fight. We were playing a gig, and while we were on stage, Stevie and Jimmy were trying to move it on our chicks. So we got, got sort of pissed off. We didn't fight, real bad, but after we got, we found out they played in the band and all that, So we went back, put that band together, and then we broke up because we couldn't get any gigs. And then Stevie came to New York, and You know, he called us. He said, meet us at the airport, you know. So we did it. And that's what happened. We practiced for a week, came to New York.
Hilly Kristal is the founder and owner of CBGB's. He is also the Dead Boys manager.
I think violence is part of youth, and I think when I was young I was a little more violent than I am now. I'm only violent now if I have to be. And I think it represents different violences within everybody when they're young. I think that's part of the movement. I don't like the violence, but you have to bear with it if you feel there are any redeeming qualities, and I think there are in the music and part of the violence.
Well, I think human beings have been acting like animals for as long as we've had recorded history. And the difference between punk rock and every other human being who's act like an animal is that the punk rockers want to explore it, and they do not deny the fact that they are animals. They go out there and they have fun doing it, whereas someone like, say, Henry Kissinger would insist that he's civilized, and then and end up running the Vietnam War.
It's like the younger kids today have nothing to look to. All they have to look to is like Kiss or something like that. What we're doing is we're starting like I don't know if you want to starting to rebel or whatever, but we want the younger kids to have something to grab onto, and like I think what we're doing is like something they can relate to, you know, something their parents won't like, and that's exactly what they're looking for, something their parents would hate.